Welcome back to the Comet Show, and I know it looks like I'm wearing the same jumper again as last week, but I was caught off guard and didn't expect to be filming this show today. So if anyone is to blame, it's bloody at Olivia Dodd. Abdi 1983 on Hot Takes, so no one is mentioning City not winning the Champions League again. I think Pep is getting a free pass on the competition. I guess he needs to buy Messi. A free pass? Is Sir Alex Ferguson a fraud for being a bit crap in Europe too? This argument about Pep and the Champions League is rubbish as far as my biased brain is concerned. The Champions League is a cup competition. One-off games can go either way. That's the nature of a cup competition. That's why people bloody enjoy them so much. It takes one dodgy bounce and the game can just be turned on its head. Pep has made questionable decisions in the Champions League, I'll admit that, but to say he only won those other Champions Leagues because of one single player is just stupid. If all the team needed to win the Champions League was Messi, then Barcelona would have reached the final more than once in the past 7 seasons since Guardiola has been gone. What happens if Zidane can't traverse through the Champions League next year? He's lost Ronaldo. Will it mean Zidane is a fraud if he doesn't make it for the next few seasons? Or will people realise that no manager can guarantee you Champions League success? Ronaldo tried his best, but he couldn't drag Juve any closer to winning the Champions League. Is he a failure? Is he a fraud? Has his Champions League success only been possible because of Zidane? No! All stupid questions. I'm guilty of it as well, but we need to stop instantly calling players and managers as frauds without any good reason to back it up. Apart from Pele. Just terrible, mate. Berno Williamson, no good football daily content comes out on a Tuesday. Bloody good that this show might move to a Wednesday soon, isn't it? No good content? What on earth do you mean, you ungrateful bastards? You usually get like an XI. What's there to complain about? That's a bit like a top 10, but better because you get one extra segment. It's like the equivalent of those chocolate bars where it's like 5 + 1 free, just an absolute treat. Cheeky bastard said, mate, please try to speak up. I can't hear one thing you're trying to say. Alright, just because you're called cheeky bastard doesn't mean you have to be a cheeky bastard. I'm not part of this show than just pour the informed football debate. There's actually a side benefit of mumbling, so your ears actually have to work double to understand me. That's by proxy, I'm actually training you all to have supersonic bat hearing. You're welcome. Imran Ahmed, it finally happened. It says age 24. I was the first comment of the year saying I was waiting for this day. That's right, Imran. I'm 24 now, but I was 23 at the start of the season. So I was actually still in contention for Young Player of the Year. James Knight, any danger of an extra time podcast, or are they like Manchester United, finished? Are you aware of how much content we make? Bank holidays have been doing more damage to our upload schedule than Ashley Young does to bloody United's starting lineup. Absolute savagery is what's been happening to our schedule. I believe they've recorded the next podcast of Extra Time already, and that should be up by the time this video has come out. So why don't you go and enjoy that? It's like watching Sunday Vibes, but if you were blind. The Reaper, like the fact that you can say like that about Dortmund when your club is hovering just over the relegation zone. Yes, we played terrible and may have lost the title, but you could be relegated. I think that is a little bit worse. Oh, I like this. Actual Dortmund fans are now giving me grief. I've come full circle as people accept me as a legitimate Schalke fan. Well, the Reaper, there's a chance that both our teams will finish the season with precisely 0 trophies. However, we weren't expected to win any at any point, so you can't be disappointed when you're expected to be disappointed to begin with. Yeet! Like, there's no new dances. What's Bossy Bop? The way I think of it is mentally prepare yourself for a loss and you can deal with it fine if it comes. That's the mindset I take with me. You saw against Tottenham in that game. I just accepted it before the match. I was like, if we lose, it's okay, life will go on. So then if you win, you're like, wah! But if you lose, you're like, happy again, I'm over it. Zach McElroy on Hot Takes. That may be the coldest hot take I've ever seen from Zach. I think every single person agrees anything hitting your hand shouldn't be a penalty. Leave Zach alone. No one else had any sort of hot take in the office. The boy had just come back from Scotland and had literally no sleep. His ankle was huge and gammy, but he offered to help. God damn it. So you get back in the comments right now and respect our Algerian boy. He's right behind the camera right now. I hope you enjoyed that, Zach. I did. Thompson 22 free. I like that whoever designed the new format was a fan of Fallout New Vegas. This was, of course, about hot takes and our new set. Well, I hate to inform you, but I've never played Fallout. I just wanted a weird dystopian and Mad Max-like world. I haven't played Fallout because I find games like that incredibly lonely, because everyone else is dead and you're just wandering about the world on your own. And you can't do multiplayer. Even when you do, you're like, oh, it's just you and your mate, and everyone else is still dead. It's quite depressing. That's why I didn't like Halo ODST. Just found it really lonely. Bit sad, did it? Ream review. We only have one meme served and ready for you this week, so go on the Football Daily Reddit immediately and conjure up some memes because I'm bloody starving. The solo meme comes from Pilanal. You're on the Discord. I just don't know how to pronounce what on earth you've written there. It's like Welsh, but like bad Welsh. I don't know if there's good Welsh, but this is definitely bad Welsh. Brendan gonna complete the Holy Trinity against City. The Holy Trinity being Sean Dyche, done, sliced, cut down, 1-0, just over the line, like 2.7 millimeters, the best size. Then you've got Chris Hughton and Brendan Rodgers. We would have faced the second one here. We would have faced Brendan Rodgers by the time this video goes out. It's currently Friday. We're playing them on Monday. What will happen? I'm terrified. If we've lost that by now, it'll be fine because I would have accepted it before the match. I probably would have watched the entire match from behind my settee because I just can't do it anymore. I can't watch the full game. It's too stressful. Like, look at this hairline. I'm doing okay, but Sunderland are in League One, so that's, it makes sense, doesn't it? Schalke shout a new manager has been confirmed, not cancelled, confirmed. David Wagner of ex-Huddersfield claim. I'm fully aware he did a wonderful job for Huddersfield to get them promoted to the Premier League, but at the same time, that was through the playoffs where they somehow had a -2 goal difference, scoring less goals than 10 other teams in the Championship. I counted earlier today. And they also conceded more goals than 15th place Wolves that season, 16th place Ipswich, and 23rd place Wigan. I know that's a negative way to look at it, but it's simply impossible to guess how well he'll work out at Schalke. Hopefully some stability will come. German football tends to have a tendency to focus on a manager's ideals and take a risk on them rather than going for the same people. Like, I don't know too much about the German managers at the moment, but I don't reckon they have an equivalent of Neil Warnock. Do you? Just that constant, like, why? Neil Warnock and like Mick McCarthy, like, stop employing them. I know Schalke have a much, much better squad than Huddersfield. Choo-choo! It's just the trend of lack of goals that I'm worried about. His teams average 0.68 goals a game. I would just like to see goals. That's all I'm asking for. Goals and running around a lot. It's just an open display of effort. That's all I want to see. But how well do you think Wagner will do? Get your comments down below and vote in the poll above if you think he will be a good appointment for Schalke. I also have no idea how Schalke did on the weekend since I've been forced to film this on a Friday, as I said. I hope we won. This is the bit where I cut into it, where it's like, yay, we won, or this is funny because we lost. Comment of the week. We now arrive at the part of the show that I use to fuel my own ego, and this one comes from Tristan. Tristan tops on hot takes. If Kieran wasn't hired, EFD and FD wouldn't have as many subscribers as they have now. Oof! Straight facts, rubbish. I'm convinced EFD have been on 300k subs since before time even existed. This needs to change, and it needs to change now. We need to up the subscriber numbers. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell yourself in the mirror that you should subscribe from another account. Make a second account. If you can show me proof you got at least 10 people to subscribe, then I will thank you on this video right here. I've been Kieran. You've been an anonymous face behind a username. I would see you next week, but I can't see you. I'm looking at my own words I've written that I'm saying right now on an iPad. Actually, I made those ones up on the spot. I don't know, just watch someone else.